Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton at Dalton95 Coach with another Transformers Shattered Glass video, and that is going to be the I guess 3-pack Shattered Glass Rodimus with Sideswipe and Decepticon Whisper. So there is packaging with Sideswipe using a very strange, not at all what he has weapon. Looks like the standard Sideswipe weapon there. So interesting that they went with that for the packaging there. But on the box, or the back of the box here, well, of course, we got Rodimus there, Sideswipe and Whisper there. So Rodimus, you got him as Voyager class, 29 steps, 16 steps for robot and vehicle mode for Sideswipe, and 6 for Whisper, our first official minicon that we have in hand. Now, I do know someone in the UK does have Jolt already, you know. But hey, not all of us can be, toy thief paying reviewers, but I mean, that's besides the point. Anyways, so it says here, Sideswipe has defected to the Decepticons, now battling the Autobots with his minicon partner, Whisper. Rodimus aims to turn the Autobots into a cutthroat team of mercenaries with himself at the lead. So, there is that. So let's get that out. Yes, my box was a little dinged up, but that's besides the point. Anyways, here we have Rodimus and Sideswipe side by side, of course, showing off just some amazing paintwork here by Hasbro. I absolutely love what they did with these. So let's go ahead and let this finish spinning around here. But yeah, absolutely. I'll just say I love these two. These are probably my favorite Shattered Glass figures to come out in the past little while. Aside from Grimlock, I mean, because they're starting to go back to the roots of, you know, that Shattered Glass universe. So anyways, take a look at the first one here. Here we've got Rodimus in vehicle mode, just looking absolutely stunning. I love just the semi-gloss black plastic. We've got the matte red for the headlights here. We've got the translucent red canopy. Got the black flames, much like his original design. Of course, you got the gray there. That doesn't really bother me too much. Some gunmetal gray, silver here. Got that same dark gray here for the spoiler. And, of course, the silver on the pipes. That gunmetal on the rims. Some details there for robot mode. So as far as accessories go, he does come with his buzzsaw, his 2 blasters, his dark matrix, which mine looks like it's missing a little bit of paint there, his matrix blast effect, which does have a little bit of warping there just due to the little paper bag they were stored in, and of course these 2 flame accessories that also work for his wrist-mounted blasters. And here he is with his Positive Universe counterpart, which I do have toy hacks on. I'm hoping they do the same for him. I like some of the darker, more edgy stuff that they've done, but if they could just do this, what they've done here in the Shattered Glass theme, with this, probably just even leave these flames alone, unless they do it like chrome. Like, that's the only thing I want to use. The same flame details, just maybe chrome. I don't know. Could be interesting to see. But yeah, if they do the same thing here at the windows with the more toony vibe, I think that'd be fantastic. Of course, maybe some brighter silver or even darker silver for the spoiler. But yeah, so there's that. And bringing in the last version of Shattered Glass Hot Rod, being the Power of the Primes version, aka Rodimus Unicronus. Or I guess this one be Nemesis Rod. I can't remember what they actually called, like the smaller one, because they did brand him as Decepticon. I just put a Toy Hacks label on there. You can see what used to be a deluxe back in 2017 versus what is a Void. Well, okay. All these, plus the engineering for this, make this a Voyager. Not size isn't a determining factor anymore. So there is that. So now let's get all this out of the way and bring in Rodimus's Seekers. So here we are with Rodimus and, of course, Goldbug and Blur. Now, from what I remember of the BotCon 28 or 2008 storyline, is these were the evil Autobot Seekers. So I'm not sure if that's still the same case for this new universe, but for my shelf, that's how it's going to be. So these are the evil Autobot Seekers. So that is it for Rodimus here in vehicle mode. Let's go ahead and bring in Sideswipe and his Minicon Whisper, which, you know, this is how he is stored for vehicle, or yeah, for the combined vehicle mode. Just flip these around like that. And there he is in his little like stealth bomber plane mode. Very loosely based on the Nighthawk, but still quite a few differences. Again, loosely based. And speaking on loosely based vehicle modes, here we have a mix of a Ferrari from here forward, actually from here forward, and the rest back as a Countach for Sideswipe. Of course, done in this nice dark gray with the very bright mint green or seafoam green, somewhere in there for details. Of course, got some yellow here, and this whole newly molded chest piece to mimic the Armada wheeljack, which I do hope after the retooling and accessories that this guy comes with that we do get. Got that slash going through, and that is all that detail in there is molded into place. So you got that silver paint going through, very nice purple for the Autobot symbol, and a very little Decepticon symbol there. Got the green for the headlights, still got the silver rims. Nothing at the back. Now to bring in another version of Shattered Glass Sideswipe, here we have the Robocon, I want to say 2019, I can't remember if it was 2018 or 2019, custom class, which does have a 3D printed piece there that was glued on. It has a blast effect here to look like a slash line going through. Works best with Lionizer and his piece, or if you have a Dazzle Strike that came with green light, that goes well in there as well. I tried to mimic what's here, but on the original it was just this little green piece here. I don't understand why the class went with a dark green, unless that's how the original was. I can't remember. We got the turbo stickers there, and it came with others to paint this up as Wheeljack or Rampage if you wanted to. It's starting to show its age because some of the paint is starting to come off or like fuse with the plastic, so it's like coming off as you move joints. So there is that. As far as other accessories go, now mentioned this before with the G2 Sideswipe, but he does come with this new version of the missile here, which is got this smaller peg that plugs in, and this one stays in a lot better than, you know, the G2 Sideswipe, so I am happy about that. Of course, you got Whisper here, and he comes with these two sword, club, blaster, baton things. Now, one problem I do have with mine is very minor cosmetic. It does have a scratch right here in the paint, so I don't know if I can fix that, or as much as I like the set, I might actually end up with a second one, so who knows at this point. But you can store these right here on the sides, much like the original. And as you saw, we can take Whisper, bring these sections up and over. And instead of having the typical Minicon port and peg, it is the peg on this one. It still has a little opening there, like the original Minicons. It'll just plug into there, and that'll allow you to bring up the doors to kind of mimic that little gimmick that he had in the original toy. So you do got that. It is a nice little touch. If you want to, you can also take the missile launcher, plug it on, so you can store everything there. You can do the same thing with Rodimus here. Take two blasters, plug them onto the hood, or even back here, which that's more for robot mode, but I will show that off later. So you can have just the blasters, or you can also plug his buzzsaw Get it to 10. There we go. And then plugging in the blast effects back here. The only place that really doesn't have any storage is the matrix and the blast effect, but there is Rodimus with all of his weaponry. And I know we started with Rodimus, but we are going to go ahead and continue with Sideswipe, just because he's got the more simple transformations. So pull that all up to the side, take these off, put them to the side, and I guess go ahead and flip these panels up. We'll zoom out just a little bit here. Open up these panels, bring this out, bring those back, flip the feet down, close that up, rotate the waist, flip this piece up, open up the arms, bring them up, fold in these panels, then bring this whole chest section down. They'll close up there, flip out the hands, straighten them out, undo legs, and there we have Sideswipe in robot mode, of course with a newly molded head, but we'll go into that here momentarily. And plug his batons into place. And go ahead and give him his shoulder launcher if you want to. Not sure if I'm going to display him with mine on his back or on his shoulder like this, or just sling across his back like that. So I just prefer having these. And we'll take Whisper here. And I forgot to show him off with his G1 style counterpart. So you can see two totally different versions of Whisper. So you got Whisper and Visper. So maybe they're related to each other. Actually, probably not, because they're total universes apart. So never mind. So anyways, getting into his transformation. So we'll go ahead and go as if we're going from straight up vehicle mode. Bring these sections down. Flip the heels back. Come up here. Bring these wing sections up. Bring this down. Bring the whole thing around. Straight. Bring these arms down. And bend them at the elbow. And there is Whisper in robot mode. So we'll go ahead and start looking at him, because he is the smallest member here, and compare him real quick to his previous counterpart. So he is taller than a Micromaster, definitely better articulation. There is only one shared piece between the two, and it is Visper's toes are now Whisper's heels. So that's the only part I could find on these that are shared, which, I mean, that's not bad. It's only one used part, well, technically two used parts on this whole figure. It's pretty good. No head articulation, but it is a very nicely molded head. The lighter gray for the front of the face, and then the visor section painted in red. Of course, you got this yellow here, that kind of mint green on the gray plastic. Now, as far as articulation goes, he does have ball jointed shoulders, so you do get quite decent range. Nothing at the head, just the way the figure's designed. You get 180 at the elbow. Nothing at the waist. You get ball jointed hips and hinged knees that do, in fact, bend most of the way backwards. So there is Whisper. Go ahead and take a look at Sideswipe here. So you can see that newly molded head, very much in the show design for Armada. Got that nice, I want to say the whole head is painted this lighter gray. I think it's molded in the darker color, but you got the black on the horns, the red eyes, that darker gray for the main face. We should get a lot more of that mint green here in robot mode. Some more yellow here on the knees. You can hold his batons there. And as much as I hate to say it, compared to the Custom Class 1, this one does way better in mimicking that design. This is still a great version, but yeah, if you're bummed about missing out on this, this is the way to go. I think, again, this one was fine, not discounting it, but to have an official one that is, in my opinion, a little bit closer makes me just as happy. So there is that ball joint on the head. So just going over it, it's all still the same as you'd expect, although this mold is starting to show its age. So I think after Rampage or Wheeljack, whichever one they want to call it, they should probably retire this mold because I don't think it's going to last much longer. So there's that. Let's go ahead and focus on Rodimus and his transformation. So it's definitely different. Go ahead and open that. Flip in the headlights. So close that back up for now. And tab these sections here. That will allow you to bring up this whole spoiler section. I've noted. Oh no, it's there. Okay. Rotate that around just for the time being. I mean, it's still going to be rotated around, but just leave it there for the time being. Untab the arms here. Bring this section up. Bring the leg out to the side. That'll allow you to straighten it out. Flip out the foot. Fold in. Creating one leg. Bring that up. Bring this down. Flip open. Bring around to there. So there's that. Untab the arms here. Bring this whole section back like that. Bring the arm down. Allow you to unclip this, bring it forward. Actually, I want that up. Rotate it, then clip it back. Bring the head up. Go ahead and close this part down. There we go. Put that in. Bring this section up. I'll tab it in place. Open this panel, bring up, close it again. Open, bring around, close it up again. Rotate his thighs around, and there we have Shattered Glass Rodimus. There we go. In robot mode. And he just looks cool as ever. I absolutely love this. The black, silver, the grays, red, and the purple just come together really nice for this just awesome take on Hot Rod Rodimus. And here we've got him with his Seekers. So you can see how he looks with them. Those out of the way. Bring in his Positive Universe counterpart so you can see the differences. Of course, he does have a newly molded face with the mustache and goatee because it's a reference to Spock in the episode, I want to say Mirror Mirror, from Star Trek. I hope I'm getting that right. Or Shattered Mirror. It's one of those two. Or Dark Glass. I can't remember. No, Dark Glass was an episode of Beast Wars. Anyways, it's either Mirror Mirror or Shattered Mirror. I can't remember the name. But there is that. And here he is with the Power of the Primes version, who is still taller, but not great. Like this one, solid. So, speaking of his articulation, does have ball jointed head. Do get 360. It is very tight on my shoulders on here, so I might take that screw and loosen it up to get all the way up. Those shoulders like Tarn and Armada Prime, but bicep swivel. Do get 90 or a little over 90 at the elbow. You get wrist swivel, opening hands, so you can give him, I can get these out of the way, give him his version of the Matrix. So you can have him carrying it around, or if you really want to recreate it, even though he would definitely not be using it to light any darkness, he'd actually use it to create more darkness. You can have him use this new Matrix. Maybe he created the hate plague. There's some new retconning. There you go. So you got that. Of course, you can close up this hand, open this up, flip out this little 5mm peg, and give him his Buzzsaw of Doom. Whoop. So got that. Get on this side, go ahead and close up that fist. And bring this section up. You can give him his little welding torch. Even though he'd probably use it to, I don't know, maybe cut through sealed blast doors or cut up people he's interrogating, or just, just straight up torture. Go ahead and give him one of his blasters here. That up. Give him both of those blasters. So, but anyways, yeah. So here he is with his weapons, and I forgot to mention he does have the little visor that flips down, which I think I might display him most of the time with this visor down because he just looks awesome like that. Really badass. Go ahead and take his weapons out. We'll quickly add these on, which, just like in vehicle mode, they go better pointing up like that. So he can be firing his blasts at heroic Decepticons, just mowing them down with flames. So there's that. So anyways, starting off, getting him back to vehicle mode. Just like 2, go ahead and undo that. Undo the spoiler piece. That will allow us to bring this whole section up. Untab this section here. Rotate that around. Forgot to flip this up and around and close that back up. Up, around, close that up. Then flip the head back in. This whole section down to there. And go ahead and rotate this. Open up the legs. Close the foot up. Rotate this whole thing up and around. That will allow you to collapse the rear of the car around like that. Open this section on this side. Open that up. Flip that in. Pull this whole thing around. Close that up. Rotate that around. Bring the arms up and around. That will tab into there. Tab that in. Rotate this up. Tab in. Make sure it's all secure. Oh, close these sections up into place. Close this up. Bring this whole section down. That will tab. Into place. Just a second here. There we go. There we have Rodimus in vehicle mode. So, Sideswipe, it is, again, very simple. Go and remove the launcher. Make sure this is up. Bring this whole section up. Bring the arms out of the way. Flip these out. Fists in. Bring that up and down. Around. Rotate the waist. Open up these panels. Fold up the feet. Tab that all in. There we go. Close the door panels. Close this panel and these two panels. And of course, don't forget his little sword baton things. And of course, his Minicon partner, Whisper. Just pegs on like that. And there we go. There is Rodimus and Sideswipe from the Shattered Glass, last ones of the year. I really do hope we see more. Like I've said before, I really hope we get Shattered Glass Thundercracker. I don't care whether it's the Earthrise or the Siege mold. I want it to happen. There's a few others that are escaping me right now, but definitely some more I would love to see. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out all the other Shattered Glass videos I have, as well as the other Legacy videos. I believe I have a full playlist of everything that I've done Shattered Glass, so be sure to check that out, as well as all the other links down below. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Until then.